Welcome to Focus in the Noise. Let's talk real conversations, real experiences, no shortcuts. Hey everybody, you're watching Focus in the Noise. I'm Ed. Today I wanted to talk to you about you, your business, your role in your business. How many hats do you wear in your business? Are you the office owner? Are you the field technician owner? Are you the owner slash warehouse guy slash installer? Are you new? Have you been in business for 16 years? What links all that together? You do. Is it easy? God, no. This is not easy. Entrepreneurship is a bit of calamity. It's a bit of fear. It's a bit of joy. There's a lot of emotions that go into being an owner of a company or a leader of a company. It's silly to think that it goes by perfectly. Plans often change. People disappoint you. People amaze you. People come and go when they least expect it. You've got your numbers. You're counting on X, Y, Z to happen. And boom, here comes J, K, and L. It's part of it. It's all about how can you get up. It's not how far you walk. It's how many times did you fall and get up. I can highly confess I have fallen several times. No good business has been gone through without coming to the brink of falling apart, feeling like, it's over, it's hopeless. I don't know what I'm doing. You ever had that? Fear of being an imposter in your own business? Am I smart enough to do this? Am I able to do this? Why me? Why us? You got to change your mindset. And when you can reinvent yourself, no matter if you've been in business for 6 months, 6 years, or 16 years, go out and do the things that you didn't think were possible. Do a damn podcast. Do public speaking. I had such a fear of speaking that I couldn't tell my own story. And I would always count on others around me to tell my story. And if you can't tell your own story, the story shouldn't be told. I've got a lot of stories that I had to learn how to talk and how to communicate. Communication is not something that came easy for me. I told you before. Focus in the Noise came from noise in my head. I have wicked ADHD. So learning how to learn, learning how to lose. There's all kind of lessons and learns. I'll tell you that Audible is something that came into my life 4 or 5 years ago. Audible is a web app that you can get books on. For 44 years of my life, I didn't read anything. It wasn't because I didn't enjoy a good book or a good story or a good lesson. I could look at a book for hours and it not sink in. So I have some reading disability where I can read the words, I know words, I can spell, I can talk, I can do all these things, but I can't process what I'm reading. So I would read something 3 or 4 times and it just never sink in. So I stumbled upon Audible and listened to my first podcast and started listening to my first book. Man, what a difference. What a changing point in my life where I was like, you know what? I can't do this. I can do this. Mindset's everything. Now you got all these people that are coming to your life and come to the door and tell you, hey, you're not what you're supposed to be. This is not how this is done. You didn't follow these rules. This book says this and you're not doing that. I said this the other day and it made sense very much after I said, I was told to come in the office and read this procedure. I said, I can come in the office and be the student, or I can be out here today in the field and be the author and write my own story. Now, some of that was right, some of that was wrong. There are plenty of lessons I don't know and I need to learn. I need to sit down, I need to focus, and I need to pay attention because I don't have to reinvent the wheel and neither do you. Great people have done what we're trying to accomplish. That's part of a mentorship role or a learning stewardness that you need to be. You need to be a student. But also don't forget what got you here today was you. Now, it might not get you to where you want to go. Where do you want to go? That's a very good talking point If I don't know where I want to go or what I want to be when I grow up, I have no way of finding what that path is. So defining what I want, defining my goals. And let me tell you this, if your goals don't scare you, they're not big enough. If you're not intimidated by where you're supposed to be, you're not thinking big enough. 10x, baby, that's part of my speech today. One thing that I have learned how to do, and with ADHD, I don't have a whole lot of discipline. I have to just fly in chaos, and the crazier it gets, the better. Big old storm, I'm your guy. Like I've got this figured out. Let me put this fire out, and this fire out, and this fire out. Chicken, bird. One thing I do to keep myself on track, and I highly suggest this, is just grabbing a notebook, grabbing a pen, old school. Or if you want to do it on your phone, who cares? I write down all of my isms, my ed-isms. Let me see. Take notice, then take over. 10x. I like this one. Drip dry. Drip dry is when I hop in over here at the cold plunge and I get cold. I get cold beyond my means. I get cold in ways you can't be cold. And I just stand there and I drip dry. And I do it just as a mind screw over to myself. Like, hey man, I'm not even going to be cold. I'm not cold. I'm not even going to grab a towel. I'm going to drip dry. Let's see. Screw spelling it right. They know what you said. I like that one. Let's see. For a rat to become a lion, he must lose his taste for rats. I'm not beat. I'm not broke. I'm only not laughing. So it wasn't no joke. Here's a good one. My mind runs on dopamine, not discipline. And here's one that I coined to myself, and I believe it very much. I never lose. Okay? I don't lose. I learn. If I screwed up something on a plumbing call last night, I didn't lose from that. I didn't lose revenue. I learned a valuable lesson. I learned how that life actually happens, and it's not about how many times you run a race and you get to the end. It's how many times did you fall and you get up, and you found your way, and you sat there and you learned it. You freaking Googled it. I don't care what you did. You called a friend and you figured it out. That's business. That's being a technician. That's being an owner. It sucks sometimes. I get off track sometimes, and hey, sue me. Every day. It ain't many. But every day I write down my goals. And often my goals are very much the same as the day before. This day I was feeling a little bit. It always starts out the same, and this was kind of private for me, so I'm going to say it out loud. But my first one is very, very important. Then I have about 5 or 10 things that I list every day. And I don't do it when I get home. I do it when my feet hit the floor in the morning. And if I write down my goals and I say things over and over and over, it becomes a habit and it becomes part of my map. I know where I'm trying to get to. Now I just got to figure out how to get there. But if you don't know where you want to be and you don't have it defined and you don't have it out loud, say this crap out loud. Tell your friends. Put yourself out there. Hey, my goal is to be at 2 million next year. I don't know how I'm going to get there, but that's what we're doing. And if you want to get to 2, shoot for 12. That's a 10X rule. It's a Grant Cardone thing. I usually have my 10X button on. I'm a believer in thinking big, thinking and putting myself out there and not being afraid if I don't make it. People ask me, Ed, what is your big goal for life? And I said, to get as close as to where I want to be before I die. I'll never reach my goal. I'll never reach my full potential. I'll hit my head on the bar trying though. I don't have a ceiling. I don't put ceiling on my plans. I don't put ceilings on my relationships. Take down the walls. Run freestyle, baby. Wildcat. Like, get out there and do the thing, but define what the thing is to yourself. Believe in it. I have not gotten where I've gotten today without mentorship, leadership, education, learning, reinventing. I wanted to drop a few names on some books that have tremendously helped me. It's not all the books that I've devoured in the past 3 or 4 years because it's a lot every year. I read constantly, and I read by Audible. I listen. So if I'm in my service truck or I'm going on a trip, that's a lot of windshield time to sit there and listen to Janis Joplin, which, don't get me wrong, I would kill hours doing 80s rock, but 70s. First 4 books, I think one of the top ones on my list is Michael Gerber, The E-Myth. Check out The E-Myth. He's got several versions. He's got a little more updated one. He has one for the HVAC industry. It's ridiculous. The E-Myth by Michael Gerber. Grant Cardone. I mentioned Grant Cardone. If you've watched any of his things or listened to his things, he's pretty extreme. He lives life like I personally couldn't keep up with. And, here's the thing about books and people. Just because you like some certain things doesn't mean you have to go full bore, right? I don't have to live that guy's life and do the things he has to get where he's at. But I do like his 10X rule. And that's the next book I want to tell you. The 10X rule book by Grant Cardone. It teaches you to think a lot bigger. It's a really good listen. It's a really good read. In any book, you're going to take out what sticks home to you and kind of throw the rest out. Like, not everything's for you. I don't want to be Grant Cardone. I don't even like him at times. Like, some of the things he says, no big deal. I mean, cool dude, but I can't be you, guy. Like, you're 100X. Michael Easter wrote The Comfort Crisis. That's another good book. Getting comfortable being uncomfortable is keys to so many successes. If you can get out of your own way, like, shut up and just do the thing. And then this is something that we're doing as a team building project, and I've read it a few times. Jocko Willink's Extreme Ownership. What is extreme ownership? It's when you are the owner and everything falls on you, and whatever happened from this technician or this customer is you. Maybe I didn't train you hard enough or good enough, or maybe I didn't give you the right tools. How did I take extreme ownership in what happens? So there's a few books that came pretty quick off the top of my brain that have really pushed me forward. Again, if I'm taking a paragraph out of it, that's great. If I'm taking the whole book. Also, every important person has a thinking partner, has a mentor, has a student. Sometimes we get a lot off our brains by sharing with others. I can tell you one of the goals in my life after I'm done being a contractor is teaching other contractors how I did it and how I can come up and how you can do better with your life. I like mentorship. I like the friendships that come with that. I've had a lot of good mentors in my life, and I still currently do, that tell you what you don't necessarily just what you want to hear. They'll tell you what you're doing good, and they won't hang out too long on the attaboys, and they'll tell you what they feel like you're doing wrong. But having somebody to talk to besides whoever's up here that, maybe thinks you're too great, or maybe doesn't think you're great enough. Maybe just don't understand how really good you are. Hey, if you're standing here today and you're getting your socks and shoes on and you're getting your tool bag ready and you're going to go out, you're better off than majority. Figure out how to become that 1%er. Use a mentor, use a book, use a podcast, use a story, use your spouse. I'm going to throw in a very cheap plug for my wife, Sarah. I never knew what potential in life could be until I met her. I did not finish high school traditionally. I figured it out along the way. And if it wasn't for a chance meeting at an air conditioning industry thing, I never would have gotten here. And it's not because I don't believe in myself. I couldn't believe how much she believed in me. So if you have a spouse that's with you, share your fears, share the successes, and share the losses, and just lean in. And if you don't have that person, find that person that you can talk to. Hell, call me. I'll listen to you. I'd like to hear your story. The truth of the matter is you're not alone, and nobody got there without bumping their head. There's not a single business person anywhere that didn't get through some sort of turmoil, some sort of bad year, bad weather. It rained. This got messed up. That screwed up. We are all so far close to packing it up and leaving sometimes. Do the hard things, and it'll come to you. Thank you for listening. Spend a good 15 minutes with me here at Focus on the Noise, and I appreciate you. Do the hard things. Go get in the book. Don't listen to Janis Joplin this morning. Michael Gerber's where it's at. Have a good day.